Recently, 19 current NCAA players came to Colorado Springs to compete for a roster spot on the USA 2023 AmeriCup team. Team USA needs a total roster of 12 players for the AmeriCup, which is from July 1st through the 9th in Mexico. Team USA recently announced that 8 lucky players made the cut and are officially on the roster. They do still have 4 more spots to fill. And they have announced 5 sort of bubble players that will get an opportunity to compete for those final spots. Training camp for AmeriCup starts June 22nd, and those 5 players will have an opportunity to still prove themselves and to earn a roster spot. In this video, I'm going to talk about the 8 players that have made the team, as well as the 5 players that are still on the bubble, and some surprises that I think may happen down the line. Also, I want to also highlight a really nice story that I think sort of encompasses perseverance. So let's get into the 8 players who made the cut. So we have Lauren Betts, a 6'7" center from UCLA. Rickea Jackson, 6'2" forward from Tennessee. Raven Johnson, 5'8" guard from South Carolina. Rayah Marshall, 6'4" forward from USC. Charisma Osborne, 5'9" guard from UCLA. Laila Phelia, 5'10" guard from Michigan. Angel Reese, 6'3" forward from LSU. And Jewel Spear, 5'10" guard from Tennessee. So with that list, you can of course see that there are 2 players from UCLA that made the cut, Lauren Betts and Charisma Osborne, and I think this just really gives them more of an opportunity to work together and to build that chemistry before the NCAA season starts. Like, I think this is big. This is a big deal for UCLA, and will really help a lot when the season actually starts. Also, another thing to note is that Tennessee has 2 players as well who made the cut, Rickea Jackson and Jewel Spear. And I just think that this will just be good for them just to have a lot more time to play together. All right, so we talked about the 8 players who have officially made the roster. Now let's talk about the 5 bubble players. We have Jamiah Barker, who is a 6'4" forward. She currently plays at Texas A&M. We have Makira Cook, who is a 5'6" guard, currently at Illinois. Abbey Hsu, 6' guard from Columbia. Chance Gray, 5'9" guard from Oregon, and Aneesah Morrow, 6' forward from LSU. A couple of really important things to note that while these 5 players are sort of finalists to compete for a spot, these 5 are not guaranteed a spot. One thing to note is that Team USA is still keeping the door open to add more folks to the training camp. Here's officially what they said. Additional athletes may be invited to training camp as part of the selection process. All athletes are selected by the USA Basketball Women's Junior National Team Committee. This means that there's a chance that none of these 5 players actually make the final roster. A couple things that you may want to keep an eye out on is that the 3x3 camp is happening right now for Team USA, and you have some heavy hitters in that camp. Right, you have Haley Van Lith in that camp. You have Stanford's Cameron Brink on that list for 3x3, and so there's a good chance that whatever top players are not selected for 3x3, they get invited to the AmeriCup camp and get a chance to play and possibly win a roster spot. So if I was any of these 5 players, I would count myself on notice that even though I'm a finalist, that doesn't really matter. And that, my spot might be taken by one of the 3x3 girls. So that's just something to keep in mind. There's a severely good chance that if Haley Van Lith is not on this 3x3 team, she gets invited to this AmeriCup camp that starts June 22nd, and she likely will win herself a roster spot on the final AmeriCup team. So right now there are 8 players confirmed. They have 4 more players to go. So it'll be interesting to kind of see how 3x3 goes and to see who is ultimately selected for that, and then what leftovers get considered for this AmeriCup team. And to end, I wanted to highlight a really awesome point about perseverance that Angel Reese put on her social media. So Angel Reese has been trying to play for Team USA for a very, very long time. And while Angel Reese has been introduced to many as a champion at LSU, she's also a player who hasn't always been the best, right? She's had to persevere and to fail multiple times to eventually find success. And yes, she found success with LSU this season, but also a dream that she's had was to play for Team USA. And she's had a long road to get there. She was, for the U16 team, she was cut. For the U18 team, she was a finalist, but she was cut. For the U19 team, she declined. And then she was a finalist, but then she had to remove herself to focus on her health. And this year, she finally made the team. She finally made the team. She is now officially on the AmeriCup roster. And I just think this is just a great opportunity for everyone to think about top players that you know. It's not always been an easy road for them to get to where they're at, right? They've had ups and downs and failures. And I just love the fact that Angel Reese put this out, because whether or not you're a fan of LSU or not, this is just a great story about perseverance. And I think this will help a lot of other players who are trying to get to play for USA basketball, or are just trying to succeed in whatever level of sport they're at. And they hit roadblocks, they fail, they get hurt. All this stuff happens. But it's always important to persevere and to stay strong and to know that your time will eventually come. Angel Reese had lots of setbacks to make her way onto a Team USA roster. But she never gave up. And I just thought that was a great message. And I just wanted to share that with everyone before we cut this video off. So many dreams were made today. Not just Angel Reese. There's the 7 other players definitely have a story to tell about their journey to this Team USA AmeriCup roster. So I just wanted to share that. I just thought this was such an awesome story. And yeah, that's the video, guys. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about these 8 players who have made the team. Let me know about what you think about these 5 players who are sort of on the bubble as finalists. And also the fact that one of these 3x3 girls may actually swoop in and take a final spot on this AmeriCup team. All right, let me know, guys, what you think about this video, what you think about these players, and let me know what other topics you want me to cover. Again, I cover all things women's basketball. I'm trying to cover all levels of basketball. So let me know what you want to see. I will try my best to get to them. Thanks for everybody who's given me suggestions so far. I am keeping it on a long list, and I am trying to get through as many topics as possible. So please be patient. In the next week or so, I am going to try to get a whole bunch of videos done. Thanks so much for watching. If you like this video, please like it. If you love this video and if you love women's basketball, please consider subscribing to this channel. All right, guys, that's it. Until next time. Bye.